Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very special episode of Anatomy of a Movie where we're going to talk Oscar predictions. I'm your host, Phil Svitek, joined alongside
Marissa Serafini,
John Comerford,
Sara Stretton,
Demetri Panos.
Let's open up with Best Adapted Screenplay. What are the nominations?
All right, so the nominations for writing Best Adapted Screenplay are Before Midnight, Captain Phillips, Philomena, 12 Years a Slave, and The Wolf of Wall Street.
All right, guys, so we're going to do this like this. Who you think should win and who will win. For my money, I really want Wolf of Wall Street to win. I think it was one of the best movies in that category. But I'm going to say Philomena will win. Marissa?
I'm going to say 12 Years a Slave because that book, I read the book, and what was lacking in the movie was just things that weren't in the book. Otherwise, adapting it, everything was pretty spot on.
I'm going to say they'll give it to Wolf of Wall Street, and as for who I want to win or think should win, I'm going to pass.
I think that they also are going to give it to Wolf of Wall Street. On the same page, I think that they should give it to Philomena. I thought that they illustrated that story very well, and it was written wonderfully.
I think it's going to go to 12 Years a Slave, and I think that 12 Years a Slave should get it. I believe that the movie has this momentum, and I think as an adapted and the history of this thing, I think it's going to be 12 Years a Slave.
I'm predicting a trend of how we're going to vote. Demetri is going to be in favor of the one he also thinks is going to win.
Fair enough. What do we have for
No,
best?
not true. Wait.
Best original screenplay.
Now
What do we got?
We have American Hustle, Blue Jasmine, Dallas Buyers Club, Her, and Nebraska.
First off, interesting that American Hustle is an original screenplay, even though it's based off of true events. Yeah. I mean, American Hustle and American Hustle. It's winning. That's all I have to say.
You want it to win?
Exactly.
It's just winning.
You want it to win?
Marissa, your thoughts?
I'm just saying David O. Russell has been on a winning streak lately with his last movie, Silver Linings Playbook, and now this year with American Hustle. It's on the trend to winning everything.
I think they're going to give it to her, and I think that's good.
Thank goodness you're standing next to me, John. I think that it should go to her. I think, I'm going to say it just should go to her.
There you go.
Okay.
I think American Hustle and American Hustle on this. I think as far as an original screenplay, it never actually says. All it says is it says some of these events actually happen, but they make no bones that this movie is really not about. These people aren't really real people.
They're characterized.
They're characterized, and I think it's a very original screenplay that has lots of layers, and I think American Hustle is going to do it.
All right. What's next? Film editing?
Film editing. We can go to, I'm sorry, just have to find these. Music. Film editing. American Hustle. Captain Phillips. Dallas Buyers Club. Gravity. 12 Years a Slave.
Ooh, there's a toss-up for me between Captain Phillips and Gravity. I think Gravity, although not as much editing, I think, given the technological feat that it, was, I think Gravity.
I think Gravity should win because being in an environment that has no sound, they use music in an artistic way to really elevate everything that was happening.
I think they'll give it to Gravity, and I'd be all right with that.
I'll be happy if it goes to either Captain Phillips or Gravity, specifically because in Captain Phillips we talked about how each of those tight-knit situations, all of the locations, how they were splicing everything together. I just thought they did a really good job, and Marissa, I think your points hit it right on the nail on the head for Gravity.
Yeah, I think it is going to go to Gravity. Just because the editing and the technology used and how to put this movie together is something that we have not seen before in cinema. So I think it's going to get that tech cred.
Okay. What's next?
We should go to cinematography. So for cinematography, we have The Grandmaster, we have Gravity, Inside Llewyn Davis, Nebraska, and Prisoners.
Interesting. I think Gravity will win and should win, although Grandmaster, if you haven't seen it, has some amazing cinematography.
I agree with everything he just said.
Cheater.
I should abstain because I haven't seen all of those, but I think Gravity will win, and I think it could win.
I do agree that Gravity should be the winner for this. Part of me wants to give some credit to Nebraska, but I just don't think. I think Gravity did more, so I think they should get it.
Yeah, I'm going with Gravity on this.
You guys,
Just
we
because-
agreed.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
that's fine.
Agree.
No, I'm going with Gravity because, again, when we did our Gravity podcast, I said if I were an Academy member, all these things that I would have voted for, Gravity showed us something that we haven't seen before in cinema, and I think it's going to win.
That's the epitome of cinematography. All right, on to the acting categories.
We will start off. We'll go ladies first. Actress in a supporting role: Sally Hawkins, Blue Jasmine; Jennifer Lawrence, American Hustle; Julia Roberts, August Osage County; and June Squibb in Nebraska.
I think Jennifer Lawrence, she's done an amazing performance in every movie that she's in, and she just won Golden Globes.
I did. My bad. I did forget one. Lupita Nyong from 12 Years a
Oh,
Slave.
okay. And so that really mixes it up. Jennifer Lawrence is a great actress, but Lupita was amazing
She
in 12
was.
Years a Slave, and I really think the underdog should take it, and I think Lupita should win.
I'm gonna say Jennifer will win. I want Lupita to win.
I'm all in for Lupita. She definitely should win this.
I think they'll give it to Lupita.
Yeah, I think they're going to give it to Lupita. I mean, the only thing she's got going against her is this steam train of Jennifer Lawrence. But I think Lupita would. I think in the end they're going to give it to Lupita.
Okay.
And then now we were going to look at actress in a leading role. We've got Amy Adams, American Hustle; Cate Blanchett in Blue Jasmine; Sandra Bullock in Gravity; Judi Dench in Philomena; Meryl Streep in August Osage County.
Ooh, this is a hard one.
I think they'll give it to Cate Blanchett. I don't think it's even a question.
I think
Do you think that's who should get it?
No, but I don't think
Who do you think should?
they're not nominated. So let's move on.
Oh yeah, that's a
Okay.
big controversy. Yes,
Yeah.
I think Cate Blanchett will get it. Amy Adams could be a close second. Who should win? Again, not nominated.
I'm going to root for Amy because she's getting nominated for a lot of things, but she rarely wins anything, and I would love to see Amy win it
And this is
I
her
agree
first
with you.
in
Yeah.
a lead.
in a lead role.
Right.
She's usually typically
Best supporting female.
Demetri.
I too do believe that it's going to be Amy Adams. I think she's going to get it personally. I loved Amy Adams. You know how much I loved American Hustle. But from the beginning, I always said Sandra Bullock. She was pretty much this movie. Gravity stood on her shoulders. I think she should get it, but I do believe it's going to go to Amy Adams. She was fantastic.
I feel like I could be swayed in a lot of ways. I'm torn between who should win. Who might win that we haven't mentioned is Judi Dench, just because this is a leading actress nomination for her, and that hasn't really happened in a while. On top of that, there's rumors that this is her last film. So I think that could sway quite a few votes her way, and she might walk away with it.
It is a Weinstein movie too, and they campaign heavily.
Yes, they do.
So, and I think
So I
this is
think
gonna come down.
that deserves a little bit of attention.
Yeah.
All right. What about actors?
Okay, actor in a supporting role. We've got Barkhad Abdi from Captain Phillips. We have Bradley Cooper in American Hustle. Michael Fassbender in 12 Years a Slave. Jonah Hill in The Wolf of Wall Street. And Jared Leto in Dallas Buyers Club.
Ironically, I think the character was made up in what is an otherwise true story. Is going to be Jared Leto who's going to win. Although a device in that movie, he plays it really well, and I think he's going to get the win. But all of them ironically deserve to win. So if anybody else wins, I'll be okay with it.
See, I think Jared's touch is such a standout in this crowd. I don't know, maybe it's because I just loved his character and his portrayal of it so much that hands down I'm in for Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto definitely had a transformation, but I do have to give Michael Fassbender a great, excellent, scary performance in 12 Years a Slave. It was amazing acting on his part.
I'm on the Leto train.
Yeah, I think it's Jared Leto's to lose. And if, but personally, I thought, Michael Fassbender was fantastic. However, he did say that he's not going to campaign. So I think, like I said, I believe it's Jared Leto's.
To lose.
Yeah, I think it's his.
I would love to see Jonah Hill win it.
That would be
Just to-
hysterical.
No,
No.
no,
No.
no, no.
All right.
That was not acting.
I would be like,
on
okay,
Jonah
good.
Hill's part.
I disagree there, but I thought he was great in it,
think
but
so.
I don't think he's got a shot.
I don't think so either. Best directing.
Did we do lead
No,
actor?
No, we didn't do lead
Oh,
actor.
lead actor.
Lead
What are
actor.
you- what are you talking
actor in a
about,
leading
Phil?
role.
You don't need
on.
those. You only need supporting actors.
That's right.
We have Christian Bale in American Hustle, Bruce Dern in Nebraska, Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street, Shitwell Ifendor in 12 Years a Slave, Matthew McConaughey in The Dallas Buyers Club.
This is a toss-up. I actually want Matthew McConaughey to win because I feel like out of everything that he's done, this is his best work, and he should win for this. In terms of who will win, I'm undecided.
Well, I'll jump in. I think they'll give it to. I'd like Matthew McConaughey, but I think they'll give it to Chiwetel Ejiofor.
I agree. I'm on the 12 Years a Slave, bandwagon this year. So I really love to see everyone from that movie win.
I guess I really think that there's a possibility that they're going to give it to Leo, but I want them to give it to either Matthew McConaughey, or I would be okay with it going to Bruce Dern. He didn't have as high stakes of a role as some of these other leading actors, but to me, I thought that he just did a wonderful job, and that movie stood out to me because of his acting. Other things also, but I don't know. If he walked away with it, I feel like I would smirk and be happy.
Okay.
I think they're going to give it to Matthew McConaughey with he's been in the business for so long, and this is sort of kind of his renaissance, his comeback. Also, it was a transformation picture. The Academy loves transformation, and that's why I also think, personally, Christian Bale. This was one of his best roles, a complete transformation from tummy to hair. I thought he was fantastic. I'd like Christian Bale to win, but I think that this year, I think it's McConaughey's year.
Interesting.
12 Years a Slave, and The Wolf of Wall Street.
All right, guys. So we're going to do this like this. Who you think should win and who will win. For my money, I really want Wolf of Wall Street to win. I think it was one of the best movies in that category. But I'm going to say Philomena will win. Marissa?
I'm going to say 12 Years a Slave because that book, I read the book, and what was lacking.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very special episode of Anatomy of a Movie where we're going to talk Oscar predictions. I'm your host, Phil Svitek, joined alongside
Marissa Serafini.
John Comerford.
Sarah Stretton.
Demetri Panos.
Let's open up with Best Adapted Screenplay. What are the
All
nominations?
right, so the nominations for writing Best Adapted Screenplay are Before Midnight, Captain Phillips, Philomena.
In the movie was just things that weren't in the book. Otherwise, adapting it, everything was pretty spot on.
I'm going to say they'll give it to Wolf of Wall Street, and as for who I want to win or think should win, I'm going to pass.
I think that they also are going to give it to Wolf of Wall Street. On the same page, I think that they should give it to Philomena. I thought that they illustrated that story very well, and it was written wonderfully.
I think it's going to go to 12 Years a Slave, and I think that 12 Years a Slave should get it. I believe that the movie has this momentum, and I think as an adapted and the history of this thing, I think it's going to be 12 Years a Slave.
I'm predicting a trend of how we're going to vote. Demetri is going to be in favor of the one he also thinks is going to win.
Fair enough. What do we have for
No,
Best
not true. Wait.
Best Original Screenplay?
Now
What do we got?
We have American Hustle, Blue Jasmine, Dallas Buyers Club, Her, and Nebraska.
First off, interesting that American Hustle is an original screenplay, even though it's based off of true events.
Yeah.
American Hustle and American Hustle. It's winning. That's all I have to
want
say.
it to win?
Exactly.
It's just winning.
But you want it to win?